on game show.
Everybody in this audience has a money stake in one of our celebrity couples. Playing for the red section from Magnum P.I., Roger Mosley and Toni Laudermilk. Playing for the yellow section from Newhart, Tom Poston and his wife, Kay. And playing for the blue section, talent agent Gerald Cook and his wife, and We've Got It Made, Bonnie Urseth. Places, please. As we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletales. And now, here's the star of Tattletales, Bert Convy.
Hi, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you and welcome to Tattletales. We should get right down to business. We have a terrific group for you this week, and if you haven't been watching, shame on you. Call your friends and tell them, because this is a wonderful bunch of people, old friends, actually. Let's bring on the guys. Shall we do that and see if they're still with you? Yes, they're still here. Okay.
So far, so good.
Wait a minute, Roger.
Yeah.
Is this a new approach to the earphones?
No. I was in the process of putting them on when I made a slight adjustment.
Oh, your head.
Space Capsule 3.
Oh, I thought your head was on upside down there for a minute. There you go. Okay. Are you comfortable now?
I am ready.
All right. If you're all ready, we might as well just start things rolling. Bonnie, welcome to you and Gerry.
Thank you.
First time on our show. And how did you do yesterday? You did.
We did good. Right after I said I really knew Gerry, I got every answer wrong.
That's right. Yeah. You must never do that.
No.
Okay, here you go.
I don't know him at all.
That's better.
Yeah.
Then you'll do better here,
Okay.
too, as a matter of fact. Fellas, here's the first question. It's for you. Ex-President Nixon has been trying to buy a Manhattan condo for $2 million. The Board of Governors of the building voted against admitting him. If you were a member of the board, would you vote for or against admitting the Nixons into the building? Goodbye. Actually, I think more than once. I think it's happened several times. What do you think, Bonnie? What would Gerry do in a case like that?
Yeah, this happened when we lived in New York.
Yeah.
And we used to always drive past the building that he lived in, and the Secret Service were out there. And one day we actually saw Nixon come out.
Yeah.
We waved. He went like this. It was good. But now, would I want to live in a building with him, though? There's a lot of traffic around there. I don't know if Gerry would like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Secret Service is probably 15, 20 guys at least all the time.
Yeah, and a lot of people driving by to look at the... I'm going to say he'd vote no.
Vote no just on the nuisance value
Yeah,
at all.
the nuisance value. Nothing against Dick himself.
Yeah.
No.
No, not at all. Hey, Dick, what do you say, big guy? Okay, you're going to say no. Here he comes.
Yeah.
Jerry, how would you vote if you were a member of that board?
Well, I would say next to Chester A. Arthur, Richard Nixon is probably my favorite ex-president, so I would vote yes. I take it Bonnie said no, huh?
You got it by that moan. You would like to have him in the building with you?
Oh, yes, yeah. I think that would be fun.
You do?
Yeah.
I thought you wouldn't like all the traffic around and stuff.
Oh, you know how I love traffic, Bonnie.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that.
Yeah, it's okay.
Crazy about Pat. I wouldn't worry about it at all. Just change your locks. What do you think, Kay? What would Tom say?
These are the hardest questions
For me, I honestly don't know. I have not a clue in the world how he's going to answer this. I can make a case for both yes and a no.
You can?
I can.
Well, do it.
Well, no.
Okay.
I'm going to leave it to the yellow section.
The bananas? You asked the bananas to decide something so important?
They look like a reasonable group of people.
Would you vote
think
for
he's
him?
going to vote yes?
How many would vote no? Sure, they just want him to live in Manhattan. They don't want him in California, that's all. What do you think,
It's
Kay?
in their hands.
They're going to
I'm
say you
gonna
should
go.
vote yes.
I'll do exactly what they say.
Okay, here
Yes.
comes Tom. We'll see. Tom, how would you vote if you were on that board?
Where did he get the $2 million?
That is a very good question.
He's been a
sir.
public servant all his life. He doesn't. His salary don't add up to that. I don't think that I would want the trouble. There's a tremendous amount of trouble with a famous person like that who has to be guarded all the time. It's really too much. I would say no.
That's not what Kay said.
Bonnie's married to Tom.
You instead of Gerry.
Kay threw it up herself on the mercy of the bananas, and they let her down. They said no, they would vote to have him in. Sorry about that, Tom. It's not Kay's fault. Not her fault.
If they believed me, if they had ever had him for a neighbor, They wouldn't want him in there. Those people in the yellow section don't know what it's like.
No. Have you ever lived with him as a neighbor?
No, as a president.
Oh, I see. And that was close enough, eh? Toni, what will Roger say? You can get the whole thing for the red section.
Okay, I'm going to say no. Roger's basically a very private person, and I don't think he'd like all that notoriety and all the stuff that goes along with being a president or an ex-president.
Yeah, there is always activity around the building. I remember in New York, like you do, Bonnie, where he lived, and there was always something going on around there.
That's right.
Okay, you're going to say no. Here he comes. Roger, what would you vote?
Well, it's a serious question. You know, for a lot of reasons. But I think this country was really trying to get its feet up under itself after the assassination of President Kennedy. And we didn't need the Watergate issue. And so I've never forgiven him for that. So I would have voted against him.
That's what the lady said. You have so many words, but you're right. You got the whole thing for the red section to start things off, too. We'll come back in a moment with question number 2. Don't go away.
If you have wrinkles and puffiness under your eyes, I recommend Sudden Change Under Eye. Look, before sudden change and after. Sudden change under eye.
Exciting news for perm users. Pro Perm Shampoo has special perm extenders that add weeks.
Louisiana, come as you are, leave different.
A 1 and a 2 and a 3.
What's the only show on television where it pays to be a liar?
That actually hasn't been documented.
Sure it has. It's To Tell the Truth with Gerry Moore, the most charming of all game show hosts.
I'm quite impressed.
Here's how it works. 3 contestants claim to be the same person, and then a celebrity panel tries to figure out which is telling the truth.
That was a game we played in Pittsburgh, honest.
Well, now it's played every day on Game Show Network. Don't miss To Tell the Truth, where honesty is not always the best policy.
All right, here we go. Question number 2. We're still talking and buzzing a little bit about the first one. Men, you're both going to be stranded you're both going to be stranded on our desert island for a year.
No.
You can have either a typewriter and paper, canvas and paints, or a piano. Which will it be? Okay. Goodbye. I have a wonderful image of a guy sitting out on a sand dune in the middle of nowhere playing a piano. Isn't that wonderful? It's Arthur, yeah. We'll start with you, Kay. What do you think? What would Tom pick?
I have not a clue to one single question you've asked me. I'm going to say Tom would love to do all 3. He would love to play the piano, and he doesn't.
Well,
he would love to paint, and he doesn't.
Oh.
And he would love to write, and he doesn't.
That's why this question's hard for you.
What does this man do?
He's a star, remember that.
Oh, God. I'm going to say of the 3, and it's not a beautiful blonde. You can't have that. Okay.
No.
I'd say right.
Think he'll take the typewriter?
I think he would really love to do that.
Yeah. Okay. He's never written before?
He signs his name on checks.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Yes. I can do that as well.
Yes, you do that too, huh?
Okay, here he comes. Tom, which will it be? You'll be there for a year.
Well, it's lucky he didn't have as one of the choices TV set and full schedule of sports.
Uh-huh.
But I'd take the typewriter and paper.
That's the one.
We were just talking about it coming on the way here.
You were talking about that?
Yeah, we're talking about me trying to write.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
On the way here.
I thought you meant you were talking about a desert island. I couldn't understand why that came up.
I was talking about that to our director.
Yeah. Toni, what will Roger say?
Are we on this island together?
No.
Yes, you're both going to be stranded on the island.
Well, see, he can't play the piano, nor can I. He cannot paint, nor can I. But I can type.
And he can dictate.
And he can dictate, so I'll go with the typewriter and the paper.
All right, here he comes. Roger, what will you do, sir?
I'll take the beautiful native girl.
No, Roger.
I'm
That's
already
not on
there.
my card. I never mentioned that beautiful native girl.
Johnny Olsen wrote this question. Right?
Yeah, no. Johnny Olsen's fantasy.
Left out the beautiful island girl. All right, well, I guess since I'm an actor, maybe I would want to type out a script of all these so I could be the star of the movie when they made it into a movie when I was rescued off the island. I guess I would say typewriter.
That's the one. You got it. Does this present a problem for you in any way, Bonnie, do you think?
Well,
I'm asking Gerry, of course.
yes.
But he's answering for both of you, too.
He is answering for... See, that's what threw me, because Gerry can only play the theme from Jaws on the piano.
That would get kind of boring
I
after a
figured
year,
he would
wouldn't
get tired of that, but I play really well. I was a piano major in college.
Uh-huh.
But he might get really tired of that, too, so I'm going to say a typewriter.
You're...
He always talks about wanting to write maybe sometime, long time ago, he used to talk about it once.
Yeah. I think everybody in the world thinks they have a great novel in them, don't you? You all say, oh, if I wrote down what's happened to me, whoa. I think we all feel that way. So
and
you're
I
going
think
to say...
it's probably always true.
Well, everybody does
yes,
have a wonderful
really.
story or two. You're going to say the typewriter. Here he comes. Gerry, what do you think? Which would you want to have with you on the island for a year?
Well, Bonnie has a degree in music from Augsburg College, and she is specialized in voice, piano, and violin, so I'm going to go for the piano.
Wrong. Wrong piano breath. What a nice guy.
I didn't know if you got it that I was going to be there with you or not.
Yeah, he has it. Yeah, it's on the card there, right in front of you.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, she said, you know what she said? She said the typewriter.
Oh, no.
No.
Typewriter?
Yeah, wrong. Sorry about that. Kay and Tom and Toni and Roger Wright split it in half, and it's halftime. Ladies, if you'll step to the rear, we'll bring the gentlemen up front. They've been on an island for a year, but they're back. And we'll be back in just a moment after these messages, folks.
We'll be back with the second half of Tattletales, starring talent agent Gerald Cook and his wife from We've Got It Made, Bonnie Urseth, from Newhart, Tom Poston, his wife Kay, and from Magnum P.I., Roger Mosley and Toni Laudermilk, right after these messages.
Do you have an idea for a new product or invention that you'd like to submit to companies? If so, there's information from Invention Submission Corporation to help get you started. ISC is America's largest invention service organization with over 50 offices nationwide. We help people like you submit...
Duncan Hines, hot stuff.
We've changed places after halftime. I have the gentlemen with me, the ladies in the back. Bonnie, you have yet to score today.
We're having a problem today.
Yeah, don't feel badly about it. It can happen to anybody. Look at Kay and Tom. They only have half a question right. They have 75. Toni and Roger have got all the money at 225 at this point.
But I got my eye on Tom.
Yeah, watch Tom. He's coming on strong. Listen to this one, ladies. It's for you. You all know the famous shower scene in the movie Psycho. When you're home alone, do you ever feel afraid to take a shower? Yes or no? Goodbye. I remember when that movie came out. You used to make a deal with your wife not to pull a joke because you'd have a heart attack. Remember when that? Do you remember that? Oh, what do you
Beg
think?
your pardon?
That was the noise it made. That
let me hear it again. It's a grown man.
A grown man.
National TV program.
Somebody has to do it. Roger, well, you think Toni's ever? Does she ever talk about this with you? Is she worried about?
Yeah. I hope she remembers. She did tell me that it bothered her. I was surprised at how many women it affected about getting into a shower.
Every time you scare them in the shower, it really bothers them, doesn't it, Roger?
I scare her coming through the door. But if she'll go back to that time, as the question implies, I'm trying to sound intelligent, using words like question and imply. The question implies she'll say yes.
Yeah.
If she does anything else, she's on her own. But the answer should be yes.
Yes. I think people still think about it even today from that movie.
That's the tricky part. She's going to try to be brave and say, oh, but that was a long time ago. I don't worry about it now. But in reality, the question says the implication.
Yes, from the movie. Here she comes. Toni, how do you feel about taking a shower today?
Well, Roger knows that I'm a big scaredy cat when it comes to watching scary movies. I'm going to answer yes because I think as a woman, most of us do think about those things.
You're right. All right. You're hot.
I'm starting to get a little confident, Tom.
Roger is hot today. You got to come on, guys. What do you think, Gerry? What will Bonnie say?
Well, I would say based on the way the question is phrased and the fact that Bonnie does get a little skittish once in a while when she's home by herself, even though we have this gigantic dog to protect her now, I would say she would say yes. That might be a little scary.
Yeah. What kind of dog do you have?
He's half Golden Retriever and half German Shepherd.
Oh.
And he came with our house when we bought it.
He came with the house?
Came with the house.
What do you mean?
Yes. The people we bought the house from were moving to England.
Right.
And they didn't want to put the dog through quarantine.
Right.
And so I jokingly said, does the dog come with the house? And they said, As a matter of fact, we don't know what we're going to do with the dog, so we took the dog. It's written into the escrow and everything, dog and doghouse.
Oh, that's nice.
That's right.
What's the dog's name?
Paddy, P-A-D-D-Y.
Why don't you wave to Patty? It's
Patty?
Okay. Hi,
Hello, Patty dog. Hello, Patty.
Okay.
He watches the show regularly.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. We could just get some people to watch it. Okay. The answer is yes. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Here she comes. What do you think, Bonnie?
Now, Bert, I know we're going to get this one right.
Ah, sure. We can tell by the score on the front of your board there.
But I am the biggest chicken in the world about being home alone. So I'm going to say that I would be scared to take a shower alone.
Do you ever feel
Sometimes
afraid? The answer is yes. And you're right. You did get that right.
Good answer, Bonnie.
Thank you.
Kay, what do you think? I mean, Tom, what do you think? What will Kay say?
Well, Kay isn't really scared of anything, but based on the way the question is stated, yes, it would bother her.
It would?
Yeah, sure, she'd have thoughts.
Yeah. Did it bother you when the movie came out? Were you frightened to take a shower?
I knew that she wasn't really getting hurt.
How did you know she wasn't getting hurt?
No.
Oh, you mean because it was a movie?
Yeah.
You mean you didn't suspend belief enough to think that poor Janet Leigh was being
I'll tell you the
stabbed?
truth. This is the truth. I knew that she wasn't really getting stabbed because it was too early in the movie and she was too big a star.
That's right. That's what fooled everyone.
I knew she wasn't going to get killed then.
But she did.
But she did, and I've never forgiven Hitchcock.
I know. Isn't that funny? I think we all felt that. You remember in the movie, Janet Leigh in Psycho was killed in the first 10 minutes of the picture. And you never believed that was going to happen because she was the star of the picture. You're absolutely right. What was the question? Oh, yes. Do you ever feel afraid to take a shower? Here she comes. What was the answer?
Yes.
Thank you. Here she comes. Kay, tell us how you feel about the shower question here.
No, I'm not afraid.
Oh, you said you were.
Oh, is that why he keeps asking me if I'm afraid he'll come with me?
Yeah, maybe that's it. I'm sorry about that. Bonnie and Gerry and Toni and Roger are right. Split it in half. The $300 question coming up. Anybody can still win. Don't take a shower. Stay with us. Then take a shower. Thanks for coming with me.
If you've been putting off getting a home security system, consider the...
Aleve works up to 12 hours. Aleve. All day strong, all day long.
Okay. All right, here we go. This one is worth $300. This will decide the issue for the day. Listen to this question. I might give you a fist on this. Ladies, for $1 million tax-free, would you sell every picture, photograph, and negative of your family and friends? Yes or no? Don't say anything. Off you go. Wow, that's tough, gang. What do you think, Gerry? What will Bonnie say? Not for Roger. He's chuckling. He smells victory already, I think.
Bonnie is very big on photographs. She has albums that go back for years and years and years and years that came from her aunt and her parents and so forth and so on. She wouldn't sell them for anything.
Not $1 million tax-free?
No.
Tax-free. Remember the catchphrase, tax-free.
Tax-free, she would not.
Would not do it.
No.
The answer is no.
No.
Here she comes. Bonnie will give you $1 million tax-free, but it wipes out all your photographs.
No way.
That's right. That's what he said.
I bored Gerry with those albums a million times.
Are these albums that you've kept up, Bonnie, or they've been handed down to you?
My mom went through and put pictures in all the albums. Actually, it was shortly before she died, and she got every album all set up, and I have them, and I wouldn't give them up for anything.
Oh, I can understand that. Tom, what do you think? What will Kay say to this one?
I'm glad you didn't ask a whole bunch of other things that Kay would do for $1 million tax. There wouldn't be a picture left on the face of the earth. Mine in our house. Right away.
Right away you'd do.
Make it less, you'll still do it. $11.
$11. Okay. Would you do that too, Tom?
Yeah, for $1 million, sure.
Yeah. Why do you think that maybe...
I don't know. I lost all of my memorabilia, and I was having it shipped to be stored, and the truck caught fire, and I lost all of the stuff that I had been saving, which I missed, but not $1 million worth.
Right. Yeah, that does kind of balance it out a little bit, doesn't it? All right, you're going to say, sure, she'll do it for $1 million. Here she comes. Okay, this may or may not be tough for you. I don't know.
It is. It really is. I think I'll take the money and run.
That's what he said.
Oh, wow. Very hard. Just think of all the nice things you could do for your family and friends, honey.
Yeah, I mean, so you lose all the pictures of the kids.
Yeah.
You could buy new kids. You could
Yes.
do anything you want to.
Yeah, oh, brother.
Tough question.
Yes, really. Because, you know, when people lose their homes in fires and such, you know, one of the things they always say is in the pictures, we can't replace
Yeah,
them.
they are
It's
irreplaceable.
really hard. It's a hard question.
Well, you did fine.
Thank you.
Roger, what do you think? This is it.
Yeah, I got caught in that trap of getting a new camera. And you know what you do when you get a new camera? You take pictures of everything. The bird, the limb that the bird was on, the ground, the kids, your mother, your father, everything for a year. Take a picture of everything.
Right.
Then you get the bill for all these. And then you don't know what to do with all these pictures.
Right.
$11? You got mine.
Yeah.
And for $1 million, you better give everything we got away.
Right. Okay. You know something? I'll tell you honestly. You took a picture when we were working together in Texas of me and Semi-Tough, and it's one of my favorite photographs, and I still have it. It's a little snapshot, and I really love that picture.
Oh.
It was us working. It was very cold. We're shooting at the ranch. It was 28 degrees, and all the girls were in bikinis. It was supposed to be a summer shot. I've never been so cold in my life until I looked at the girls. But this picture...
If you want to feel cold, find out if she misses this question.
I'd sell it. I wouldn't sell it for anything. You're going to say, yes, she'll do it.
She will do it.
She comes. Tony, what are you going to do? This is for the game and the big money.
Oh, of course I'd sell.
That's right. You got it. Time is up, and the red section wins it, too. All right. We'll come back in a moment. Give the red section the rest of their money. They deserve it.
Power in 86, good morning.
Good morning.
You're on the line with Master Psychic, Michelle.
I'd like to know what you see for me in my love life.
You guys been talking about getting, like, really...
Game Show Network. Next up, it's To Tell the Truth. Then it's What's My Line. And then it's the Newlywed Game.
Big winners today, the red section with Tony and Roger, $400. We had $1,000. The red section will divide $1,400 among themselves, and that's great. Thank you all. And thank you for watching us on Tattletales. I hope you come back and see us again. See you then. Bye.
In addition to cash awards, a member of the winning ruling section selected at random will also receive Niagara, America's #1 selling spray starch, helps prevent the deep penetration of soil and stains. You get a crisper, firmer finish with Niagara spray starch. Massaging body brush by Wall, long handle, battery operated massaging brush, cleans and massages in shower or bath. Control, discover the secret of losing weight with Control. Control capsules give your willpower the help it needs so you can eat less and lose weight, use as directed. And Amelia Pasta, imported from Italy. Delicious pasta made the way it was meant to be from 100% semolina and durum wheat. This is Johnny Olson speaking for Tattletales, a Mark Goodson television production.